What's up, Docs Daily? I thought the intro went a lot longer than it should have. Welcome in on a Monday, right? Monday, January 19th, Martin Luther King Day. So we're going to get into we're going to talk some football action. We'll talk about what happened this weekend. We're going to talk about tonight's football. We'll talk about next weekend's football. Got a whole slate of NHL, got a whole slate of college basketball, smaller market school stuff. NBA is in full effect. I mean, it's a hell of a day for everybody. So don't forget, like, share, subscribe, drop in the comment section what you're into, side, total, prop, or otherwise. You got a comment on something. If you got questions on a game, drop it in the comment. Don't forget about the free $60 account, docsports.com/free60. That link is in the description of the video as well. So check that out. Head over there. You can use that 60 on anybody's premium handicapping picks you want at the website, including Craig Trapp over here. We'll talk to him in a minute, see what he's got going on. Also, YouTube Premium, link is in the description of the video. For $4.99 a month, you can get winners. It starts there. $19.99, you get Indian Cowboy and myself, and $49.99, you get myself, Indian Cowboy, and Craig Trapp. Videos 6 days a week. Craig's a 7-day-a-week kind of guy. I did a Sunday video for you. Usually I don't. I take Sundays off, but I did a video two Sundays ago, Craig. It was horrible. We lost everything. I gave out 3 plays. We went over.
Don't let that discourage you, Lenny.
I did not. You live rent free in my head, and I was like, Saturday night. I was like,
you were due. You were due.
I got to do a Sunday video, and I'm like, and I swore I'd never do another one. I did one. We were very profitable yesterday, so the only
that's
thing
like when you lose the 5-team parlay by 1. You're like, I'm never doing a 5-team parlay.
Oh, I got a couple today.
Until tomorrow.
So check out the YouTube Premium. That's $49.99 a month. You can get all 3 of us, and we
you got to buy on the desktop to get that price. By the way, if you buy on your phone, it's a little more expensive.
Oh, yes.
We don't get any more, so we want you to save money. Buy on your desktop. Click the link in the description on your desktop, and you'll get the discount.
There you go. So check that out. I got a couple. My level 1 play. There's some nice stuff in there. I'm telling you what, it's hard for me to not go real hard degenerate here on this on a day like today. But before we talk about today, talk about football with me this weekend.
Yep.
Some big games. My favorite play was the Patriots. I was all over them. I love that. I loved seeing the Broncos win. It was tough, though. I mean, how about the air coming out of everything in Denver with Bo Nix? You find out immediately after the game he's out for the rest of the remainder of the playoffs. That's tough.
Surgery tomorrow on his ankle.
Yeah, surgery tomorrow. So that's just real tough for him.
We've seen this before, though. Now, obviously, it happened to Philly much earlier, where they had like a couple games before the regular season, like 3 or 4, and they run through the Super Bowl. Sit him to start it. Remember, first thing basically that Peyton did when he got to Denver was hire this guy as a backup. So it's like he really liked him, obviously. And, the guy's been in the system the whole time that Peyton's been there. So you got to think he's a quarterback whisperer.
Familiar.
I don't think quarterback will be the reason why they lose that game. Now, is he as talented as Bo Nix? No, Bo Nix's ability to run the ball. But Stidham in college was a decent running quarterback. Now, not Bo Nix good, but last time I checked, you shouldn't have to have your quarterback win games by running the ball.
How about they signed Ben DiNucci too? They brought back Nucci just in case Stidman can't.
The second string's going to be Milrose. Or no, that's in Seattle. That's in Seattle.
That's in Seattle. Yeah.
Who's the third string? I forget. They told me who the third string was, and I'm like, please pray to God that
he don't get
backup
hurt.
Doesn't get hurt. But I will say this. All the games.
Sam English,
the kid from Texas.
Texas, yes.
But I will say this. All the games are pretty good. Obviously not the 49ers, just injuries, just like the what ifs for this year.
Was going to drop sooner or later.
And Seattle is just they have the best defense. They're basically the Texans. The defense is about the same as the Texans, but they have an offense. Like the Texans, 4 interceptions from CJ Stroud was an absolute disaster. Other than that, all the games were good. And first
I
of
felt
all,
bad for the Niners. I mean, at some point,
going to give kudos to the
Bears.
Bears.
To throw in the towel,
you know. Fans, but when Nick ducked the show today, and be very clear, everybody, he ducked the show today because he lost. If he would be on the show. So I'm going to say this.
Bears fans.
Exactly what I said to Robert when he was on, because he's a Bears fan, to Nick and to Griffin. He does them unbelievable. Like, if you want, that throw was the most unbelievable throw.
I couldn't believe he made that throw to tie
when
that
he threw it, I just thought it was a Hail
God.
Mary. It was not a Hail Mary. He knew exactly where he'd be, and the guy, pulled off great shit. Now, saying that, he missed about 4 throws in the flat, or got just that either he missed, just inaccurate. That's been his MO, or that he just didn't see them. And it's like, dude, these when they're short on, they have to go for a 4th down, because on 3rd down, you miss a guy wide open. And be honest, they just did not do well in 4th down. Other than that one, I mean, they got stuffed a bunch. And I will say this, Ben Johnson, thank God you didn't go for 2, because there was no way after that emotion. And they had been terrible on 4th down. That so that's a 4th down type play in short yardage. So I'm glad they kicked it, and they stopped them and got the ball and had the ball. What they were basically 15, 20 yards ago.
The weather, I don't like to say that weather this, weather that, because Sean McVay interviewed at halftime coming off the field. They asked him how weather played, and I thought he made a great statement. He goes, well, it affects us as much as it does them. They have to play in it too. And I'm like, that's true. Everybody's playing in it. I mean, and you can't really.
I actually thought it helped.
You can't really prepare.
It helped Chicago.
I thought it helped Chicago, definitely, but it's not like you can prepare for slippery field or just a sloppy field. And it looked like
I didn't think the field was the issue. I just thought
I thought the field was the issue. A lot of slipping out there.
Well, I mean, yes and no, but a lot of things just weren't. They just did not execute a lot of things.
Yeah,
the offenses didn't. There was open guys, they just missed them. I mean, it was some of it. They just didn't. Neither offense really played well. I mean, that's
fair. That's fair, and I think that's due to the elements. How about C.J. Stroud just actively? I felt bad for him. I did, because I think mental health. A serious note, I think mental health is a problem in this country, and I worry about that man's mental health. He collapsed in the biggest of games.
We've been talking about it all season. Since his rookie year, he hasn't looked anywhere near that person. The accuracy, I mean, he had, I think his whole rookie year, he had 6 interceptions. Might have been 7, but I mean, just my memory says that. Dude, he had 4 in one game, but look what he had all year. It's like, this guy is just, and yes, he's had guys down, like Nico Collins was down. At this point, you always have that, but it's like, dude, you just can't.
There were bad, that wasn't that. There were bad passes. It wasn't.
And Mike Vrabel's defense is getting no respect. All the other defenses that are getting respect.
I feel like they're getting better. As the playoffs continue.
You go down through every team. I don't know. The Bills game, not a whole lot of defense being played in either one of those. They didn't punt, right? I think that's they did not punt and lost. They're the first team, I think, since it was a Super Bowl team recently. I forget who they said that didn't punt in a playoff game.
Lost. Josh Allen, man. They fired. By the way, Bill's coach fired this morning.
Dude, the Raiders should be.
I thought that
was dead
was
sprint. The Raiders to get him. They should be on a dead sprint to get McDermott, because I think he'd be a great calming force there. You got Mendoza coming in. He's dude. What else do you want the guy to do? He gets you in the playoffs every freaking year. I mean, that was not his fault.
Win. That's what they want him to do, man. They want him to win.
Josh Allen played the worst game he's probably ever played in this playoffs, and they still had a chance to win the game. And it's like, that ain't the coach's fault. Of all the games, I thought last couple of years, maybe coaching, this was not his fault. This was just Josh Allen just played bad. He was crying at the post conference because of it. He just did not play.
He knew it. He knew it too. I mean, 3 fumbles. I mean,
and he knew not only did he not that the turnovers,
5 turnovers.
I think he knew. You just look at all those guys that are, the Hall of Fame quarterbacks that are playing in his class. None of them are in the playoffs this year other than Stafford. And he's probably thinking, this is my year. If I get past this, we've already beat the Patriots in New England. We know all about them. They probably
Josh Allen needs to change of scenery.
Well, I mean, I think that's why they fired the coaching staff. Was it because McDermott did bad? It was just like, dude, can we?
But now that
who you
worries me.
Who you
Mike
getting?
McDaniels worries me now.
Because he ain't going there. He hates cold.
I don't think he hates cold as much as everybody thinks.
Do you remember the game when they played at Buffalo in the playoff game and it was like 20 below and he saw him on the sideline? Dude, he hates cold. Especially once you're in South Beach.
You know, Buffalo's this was one of Buffalo's first games in this kind of like I think it was last week. Was it last week they played in Buffalo?
No, they didn't play any of the games.
They haven't played very many games in
what did you think about this though? What did you the call? Like that was
okay, yeah, I love this. Okay, first of all, I argued Lenny might have had a few pops last night, and I was arguing with people on Twitter like a dumbass, but I was arguing with Dave Portnoy. He didn't respond, but in my mind, we were having arguments because I thought it was a pick. I thought that was a great call in the Denver game. It was an interception. He never, ever had possession. There's an angle from below, yes, his knee hits. He never completes the catch. But the defensive guy does because he lands on the offensive guy. I think it's a clear interception, I thought. And
I just thought they should have slowed it down and taken a better look at it. It seemed really rushed. I'm like, dude, this was
done their due diligence. I think
this was a ridiculous play.
Such a crazy.
Now, I don't know if they'd have been able to change it, but to me, it's like you have to stop it. It's too big of a play. Turnovers. The whole reason why they look at every turnover and they look at these plays that are close is because, dude, they
matter.
People's jobs are on the line. They're putting their souls on the line.
The Rams. He's a catch. It's a catch. I mean, he caught it. His knees down.
It was tough because it was a lot of
it was bang bang.
Pretty close on both. I definitely thought they got it right in the Rams game. The other one, I to be honest, if you called it one way or the other, I probably wouldn't argue with you a ton because I can make the argument about both. And so that's why it's tough. Probably whatever's called on the field.
I could, but
what's called on the field would probably going to stand because I don't know how you.
Wasn't clear evidence to.
But I would have for sure said, let's take a look at this and make sure we got this right so that,
But I mean, I just feel like, so if the defensive guy, if that play happens exactly the same way, but that defensive guy rolls up with the ball, without the ball, that's an incomplete pass. No problem. I don't know.
And obviously when you lose, then you always look back to that call. So, it wasn't let's be honest. Buffalo and the Rams, all those teams had chances to win and lose those games. So luckily that wasn't like the last play of the game. It wasn't like, damn, they didn't make any other mistakes. Both of them made a ton of mistakes. Now, huge news because obviously the injury has a lot more impact going forward since that was at the end of the game. New England's a 5-point favorite now. It opened at 4, already at 5, total 41.5 in that one. The Seahawks opened at 3. It's at 2.5 already, total 47.5. I was a little surprised New England was that much. I was thinking 3.5.
Yeah, I think that's a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
They would have been favored by 3. So this is like a full touchdown difference more.
Bo Nix makes
an 8-point favorite difference.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't think he makes that much. I think there's a lot.
Now, if you played this game 20 times, okay, like a series type thing, it's different. It's a one-game thing that's like, dude, you have to get ready for him just as much as he has to get ready for you, and you really don't know what they're going to do. So
that's what I'm saying. Denver kind of has a now like maybe a sense of they don't surprise.
One game. Remember, there's this guy named
what to expect.
Who's the best guy in the NBA? And it's not close. Joker. He went down. He's been down for like 3 weeks now. Denver's over 500, beating great teams on the road without him because when guys go down, everybody else's game steps up.
Correct.
Like a lot, not a little bit, a lot. Because sometimes they take a step back to let that superstar flourish. Now, maybe Bo Nix is – now that's Josh Allen. That's definitely the case. But it's like there's guys that will step up in this game, and you don't know what you're playing for. So I actually think Denver, at least in the first half, can possibly, maybe break out a couple plays where you really hard play action pass, max protect, hit a guy deep or something. Stidham's got a big arm. He does have a big arm.
I'm not afraid of Denver. I'm not afraid of taking Denver right now. I feel like this. I wish this will be a question we ask. We should have had Raphael on today. But I will make sure to ask him. Like, I feel like if you like Denver, I don't think it's going to get any higher. I think that line's going to go down. People are going to bet Denver, and then that's going to bring that number down.
The percentage of money already, though, it's like this line's flying. When it flies this early, I bet this might get to 5.5, 6. You're off a key number. You know what I mean? Like you're off these key numbers. So it's like if you liked the Patriots,
you think it could? So I should wait for a 6.
I don't think it's going down.
Oh, I think it's going to go down because I cannot believe that people.
Okay, if it goes down to 4.5, if it goes down to 4.5, you're still gonna you know what I mean? It's that never. No,
I'm looking for as many with Denver. If you like Denver,
so I would wait because I don't think you'll get much off of the 4.5.
Like I don't care if it's 5 right now. I don't care if it goes to 4.5 or 4. Right. That really doesn't matter to me.
4 I would a little bit because
4 just because of it's a whole point.
Right. But if I'm not scared plus like if a team's up late and they kick they're up by a field goal and the team scores a touchdown, now all of a sudden that swings the whole thing. But 4.5, you don't have to worry about that. 5 is the same to me. Now 6 is a different ball game.
Right. 6 is a whole
Especially there's so many extra points missed in the league this year, so it's all of a sudden, it's like it used to be what was like 99% or 99.4% before they moved the field goals or the extra points back. Now it's like 97 point something, which doesn't sound like a lot. That is a ton. That is a ton. Yeah. Or teams go for 2 now. Like to me, 6 would be a big deal. I would wait if I was on the other game. I thought it would be a solid 3. Seattle was the most impressive. I thought the most impressive team of the weekend.
Seattle just looks like they're having fun, which is scary. And they're healthy on defense, which is scary.
Isn't it funny though? They went the opposite of all the other teams in that division. All those other teams with offensive head coaches.
They got problems,
and they were like, "Fuck it, let's go defense." And now look what that defense has done.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they literally are the Texans with a quarterback. And Sam Darnold, this was his first big game win, and he looked like that oblique strain they said he had. Dude, if he had an oblique strain, he did not show it.
Well, Toradol do that for you. They revealed he was on some heavy painkillers. I mean,
I don't think it would have mattered.
Michael Jackson killed him.
He wasn't going to have to they were up by so much he didn't really need to strain or anything. It's not like he was having to go for rushing.
Kenneth Walker III doesn't get enough respect.
Dude, the dog, great.
K9, that guy, he's one of the best, I think, in the league, and I think he's top in the league. But that's his dogs, not mine. Mine are civilized human beings.
Dogs are barking. I do like
dogs are barking. Are they barking tonight?
Yeah. All right. So that's the NFL. First week, we'll have time to talk about that. Now, Lenny, the college football championship tonight. I do have a 5-unit play on the side in this one.
Okay.
Everybody's on the over that I talked to. And
really?
I'm just like, yes. And I'm just like, why? Have you not seen both of these defenses have been great? Remember, Indiana scored on the first play on a pick 6. So that kind of skewed that game a little bit. And it got out of hand where Oregon was just basically going for it on 4th down at midfield. So Indiana was getting extra points. Look how low scoring when they played Ohio State. It was low scoring when they played, who am I thinking the second game? The next game, I can't think. But anyway,
Alabama, 38-3.
Yeah, so it's like they allowed this defense is good. Miami's defense is, I think, elite. I just don't understand. Now, I do like the side better, but I'm like, I don't see how anybody's getting on the over in this game. Unless you think there's pick 6s or, special teams. I just think these are pretty well coaches. And remember, Mendoza's returning home. He's from Miami.
Yeah.
It's a great storyline. Indiana first championship game ever. And I don't know. The rumors I'm hearing is 70% Indiana fans.
I can't believe that. I believe it's going to be closer to 50-50. We'll see.
800,000 alumni. By far the largest in the U.S.
And that's an easy trip down to Florida from Indiana, too.
Well, there's a lot that live there. If you live anywhere in the state of Indiana.
Everybody from the Midwest seems to vacation down in Florida. I don't understand it.
They have a great business college, so people come all over to go to Indiana, and then they end up all over the United States. Anywhere in the South, they showed up at the Peach Bowl. They showed up at the Rose Bowl. They've showed up everywhere at the Big Ten championship. They look like they had more than Ohio State, and Ohio State travels ridiculous. So that was kind of home game for them. But still, like I'm telling you, I've heard that at the bar, obviously the bars are going to see more Indiana fans because they're all a lot of visiting, whereas some people in Miami don't have to visit, so they're not going to be out. But that's what I heard, so I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I hate that everybody you talk to likes the over because I like the over. Breaking news. I gave that out on my level 1 play. Over 47 is what I got it at. But
what offense do you think is going to score a lot?
I also have bet the special teams or defense. I threw a half a unit sprinkle on a defensive score or special teams. It's plus 230. So I thought that was a little sprinkle. I think both defenses do show up. I think they show up in the first half. I'm not opposed to Miami. Like, I think Miami could score. I do. I think they're going to be able to pass. But I've been on Miami all year, and I hate to go against Indiana. And so I just think I think this game goes to overtime. I think this is screw the rankings. I don't care that Miami was this seed or whatever. Screw all that. This is a 1-2 matchup right now. This is a heavyweight fight.
I think a lot of people are giving too much.
Too short.
There's two things I think that are overvalued in this game. One, I think people think the Mendoza-Beck is a ridiculous because one's a Heisman winner. Dude, Carson Beck was supposed to be the number 1 pick in the draft after last year when he was at Georgia before he got injured. Obviously he didn't have a great season. So it's like the talent is not a problem with Carson Beck. Now, his decision-making at times this year against Louisville, they lost. He had like 1 million turnovers, and they still had a chance to win that game late. I think he had 5 turnovers, and they still had a chance to win. That tells you how good that defense is. Then they played at SMU, a couple of key turnovers. Since that game, he's played unbelievable. He hasn't turned the ball over a ton. If he avoids turnovers tonight, I do think that defense of Miami will be allowed to show. And I think Indiana's defense is good. Now, here the key to the game is going to be in the trenches.
Miami's defense is better.
They're bigger.
I think they're better.
I'm not saying it's NFL versus college football players, but it's like in the NFL, you don't see this kind of you don't see a 40-pound, 50-pound average weight difference. Indiana's just not very big defensive line or offensive line. Now they've gotten by all year with just being they just don't make mistakes. The one game they did was Penn State, and they had to get that miracle win. You remember come back win there. I actually think this is a kind of similar team where they run the ball. They'd like to run the ball and play action pass to that same Penn State offense. So, and we'll see. We'll see. Just remember this, though.
Tackle really well. That's what scares me probably with the total is both teams tackle really well. Usually you get higher totals when one team doesn't tackle as well. You'll break tackle. There's a missed tackle here or a missed tackle there. Big play. I don't know if we're going to see a lot of big plays like that.
Remember this. It's one game. It's like the Super Bowl. Right. Just because it's super, you don't – tonight I have a 5-unit play tonight. I'm going to bet that same 5-unit like I have a 5-unit in the NBA. I'm going to bet the 5-unit in the NBA the same. You don't have to go out crazy just because it's the championship game. To me, there's better games that are going to be coming this week probably in college hoops or in the NBA. So be careful, but I do think it's going to be a good game. I think it has a potential to be really, really good game. Defense.
I would love to see overtime. I would. I mean, I'm a football junkie. Okay, I want to watch as much as possible. This is it. No more college football till October, September.
If you're Lenny, you're near.
I want to see as long as I can.
You're near a bunch of Raiders fans. Obviously, you live in Las Vegas.
God.
This is the Mendoza. You want Mendoza to just look unbelievable.
Oh, they've already. You can't go
because if he's unbelievable, dude, he might as well buy a house.
All Raider related.
He better buy a house in Vegas. After this, if he plays really, really good tonight, someone just get him a house in Vegas because he's coming home. He's not from home.
What I thought was the best interview question I saw all week. By the way, I hate that there's 2 weeks in between this game and the last game. I hate that. Let's just move everything up.
It was 10 days, but 11
What?
days.
Close enough. Too much. Just move that shit up.
Well, I do like that they get a little healthier, though. Because, if a guy's banged up.
I think all of college football should be moved up, though.
Well, I'd like this game to be played on January 1st, to be very honest.
Yeah, exactly. So, but either way, best question I heard is somebody was interviewing Carson back. This is why I think sports media, like the journalists, they should be vetted at some point. This woman asked him, how is he juggling the playoffs with his classes and his schoolwork basically.
You've been in school 7 years.
She goes without sounding like whatever. She goes, but schoolwork, how are you handling that? He goes, I graduated 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, and I was like, how did she not know?
She probably didn't realize he would have been in the same recruiting
He's older
class.
than half of the
CJ Stroud and him were in the same. We're in the same high school graduating class. CJ Stroud and him. CJ Stroud has been in the league.
Stroud 3 years ago. He could be 3 years in the NFL right now.
Yeah. And be clear, he was going to be the number 1 pick in last year's draft if he played well at Georgia. He did not play well, and he got injured, so he didn't really have a choice. Georgia wasn't really interested in bringing him back.
And he's making NIL money.
And he went and got as much, if not more money. And it's worked. It worked. His girlfriend was one of the Calendar twins. And she was at Miami. So I think that definitely helped.
Yeah.
Of course, she's not. They're not together anymore. FYI.
Where does he get drafted next year?
If he has a good game.
But if he doesn't win the
game
he loses. Yeah.
If he just say he has a good game, doesn't matter win or lose. But if he has a good game, I think he'll be top of the second round.
If he has a great game and they win, he's a first rounder.
Back of the
Somebody
first round.
Will take a
I mean, I think it's not going to be that much difference because he does have talent. The one, and when you stay in college this long, dude, you're getting a proven guy when you come in. Like a lot of times, a rookie that's unproven only got maybe 1 year starting. You basically they can't be the backup in NFL because they don't have enough experience. So, but he could definitely, I think, walk in and be a backup or even challenge in some situations for a starting job. So. Let's talk NBA tonight because it is Martin Luther King Day. So people, a lot of times on the National Championship Day, there's not a whole lot of other sports because people don't like to go up against, championship games. And but they obviously do because NBA is a huge Martin Luther King Day, obviously. King Day, all that stuff. They've done that for a decade plus. This is the first year we've really seen that. I think some good games in the NBA. I effed up. So if you are one of my customers, I'm going to tell you what it is now. I have a 5-unit play. I forget. I swear to God, I entered it. Maybe I didn't hit submit or something, but I have a 5-unit play today. I'm giving it out for everybody. I apologize for not getting in for my guys. I like the Boston and Detroit game tonight. I got in Detroit at -3 early. I think it's 3.5. I still like it. I think this is a measuring stick type game. Now I know Boston's number 2 in the East, Lenny. But this is like that. It's the mystique of Boston. It's the Boston Gardens. It's it's like that team won a championship with Tatum and then 2 years ago. So it's like I think this is a measuring stick game. I think they win tonight and cover. People are like, well, they lost 2 back. They had a chance. Kid Cunningham missed a free throw to send it to overtime.
Yeah.
So that game they probably should have. And that ended that long winning streak, that 13-game winning streak they had too. They beat them last time. I think they go get revenge again, and I like them tonight.
I hope so. I hope so. Hold on. I get trash talked in my comments.
I see it all the time because you don't have.
I don't wear my. I don't put a Pistons hat on. This guy don't have a Pistons hat. I got a Pistons hat.
The best chance of you winning a championship, if you would have said, me and Lenny have been working together. I don't know 5 years now, 4 or 5 years.
2019.
Some more. 7, 6.5
7 years. This is our 7th year. Yeah.
So. If you would have said back then that the number that I think the best of your teams in Detroit to win a championship, that would be the Pistons, I would like, no.
I know, yeah, right.
I just really wouldn't. But I did.
Who'd have thought the Lions would have had a run? I mean, the Wings are playing really good hockey right now too. I'm on a parlay with the Pistons on the money line in another team in a 2-team money line parlay. So for my level 1 guys,
the Pistons need to shoot. Video. At the trade deadline, they could use Duncan Robinson's been great for them lately. But
I need a big man.
They really don't have a lot of 3-point shooting. And when you have Cade Cunningham that could just attract so much that you got to keep him from getting double teamed.
I need somebody that can shoot from the outside, but I feel like I also need a big man.
The one guy, and this is weird, I never thought this guy would be available. Tyler Hero has kind of been the odd man out. He missed the beginning start when Miami Heat were playing well. And since he's coming back, they've actually played worse with him than without him. I don't know if he's available. And
remember when they used to do that with Jimmy Butler? They played worse with Jimmy Butler than they did without him.
I kind of like, dude, I don't know how, because it would probably take a lot to get him. Detroit does have a lot of some talent and some draft picks. Like, dude, if you could fit him and Cade Cunningham together would be something.
So what I worry about is I worry that they're a little too cocky right now, the Pistons, because we're basically halfway through the season right now.
Almost.
Yeah, they're 30-10 after 40 games. They're even
the second best team in the league, like record-wise.
Right. So they might get a little. I think they're playing their best basketball right now. I worry that I don't want to say peak too soon, but how long can they sustain
I don't think they're peaking
a long season? But my worry is that they won't make a move at the deadline or anything, because I don't feel like they think they need anything. I think they could compete like this.
They're only 3.5 games behind Oklahoma City.
Right. So why would they make a move? How do they get better?
But I don't think that. But I think they know they're in an East that's pretty weak this year. So they've kind of beat up on the East and done very well in the East. You can only play who's in front of you. But I think they know, dude, if we're going to beat the Thunder, we're going to beat the Spurs, maybe even the Celtics, hell, the Cavaliers when they get healthy. You start going down through the top teams in both
the Cavs and the Knicks and the Pistons. Those are your 4 teams in the East. The end.
How are you going to beat them? And they're going to be like, okay, we could use some more scoring and shooting. And that's not always easy to find, but I think this year it is easier to find because there's a lot of teams that are at the bottom. So if you hey, let me get if you went and got Grayson Allen, for the Suns, you might not like him, but he's a great shooter and he's a better defender than people give him credit for. Dude, it would be a huge step up for them.
I could see that because
I'm not saying he's available. I don't know if he's available. I'm not the NBA guru as far as the GM. I don't know who's available and who's not. I'm just saying a player like that basically is a role player in another team that's just a great shooter that can spread the floor. That's the one thing. As great as shooting is in the NBA right now, it's the greatest probably we've ever seen.
Right.
They're one of those teams that doesn't shoot. Them and the Rockets are kind of similar, where it's dude, they're so good, but it's the one thing that I worry about is can they make enough threes to keep stay off of Durant, to stay off of Cunningham. So NHL tonight, I thought there's lots of games, 10 games in the NHL too tonight.
Yeah, I know. Who'd have thought? The NHL is usually pretty solid on a Monday, but I didn't know
that was a Martin Luther King Day. I never heard them celebrate it.
It's not. That's usually an NBA thing. The NHL, I guess, going early and often too. This Sabres Hurricanes game has every bit of draw written all over it, just for my draw people out there. It does. I like both teams.
Buffalo's played good enough lately, and not just good enough. They played really, really well.
Yeah.
And it's still Carolina minus 183 in that one. I was for the guys that don't know, you can check us out over at the channel. Me and Indian Cowboy, we cover every NBA game, every NHL game, and all the ranked games in college basketball. Today we actually covered 6 games, even though there's no ranked games. So we do tons of free plays. And I said, I try not to look at the NHL lines ahead of time because I think my best strength in NHL is first reaction
on the fly.
Yeah. And that's how we really do that channel. And I'm like, dude, who's out for Buffalo that they're not? I thought this line should be minus 160. And it was, that's a lot higher as money line.
It tells you everything you need to know. I'll be honest with you. Carolina's a better team.
And then the second game, Lenny, Washington, Colorado. Colorado's they're the best. They are the best team in the league. They've lost 4 of their last 6 games, though.
And Colorado in regulation.
Washington isn't it you always want to beat the best, and I
agree. I get it, and it's a TNT game, so that's a big deal. But the Avalanche have lost 1 regular season game. One game in regulation at home.
But it was last game.
It just happened.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Lenny, my favorite betting angle. My favorite betting angle, though, and it doesn't necessarily fit in this mold, but it's similar, is that when you have really long winning streaks and a team loses, the next game you play against them again, because it's that natural, okay, we were playing for the streak. We were playing for this. And all of a sudden you lose that one. And then that next game, it's just a little bit of, and that's all it takes. And,
just a little pressure off. Yeah.
And all of a sudden you let down and then you lose 2. And it's happened a lot lately, but necessarily this, because in hockey, that's a whole point. You go to overtime, you get a point, you win the shootouts. So it's a little different, but they hadn't necessarily won. So I don't know.
There's another game on later tonight, the Islanders in Vancouver. That's just a bad game.
I think that was a game I said they should have just said, we're starting in overtime.
No, actually,
we're starting in overtime because this has like this is a coin flip game, and they both.
Oh no! This is New York and the Islanders roll. They just have to score one goal. Yeah, Vancouver sucks bad, man.
I don't think the Islanders are any good either.
They're like the Oakland A's. Yeah, no, the Islanders are 26-17-5. They're 12-9-3 on the road. Vancouver's only won 4 games.
Why are they only minus 138 favorite then?
Because they're not great on the road. They're only 12-9.
That's my point.
Well, yeah, but the Vancouver's they're not. You could be okay on the road, and then you could suck at home. And Vancouver sucks. I'm just saying that game, that Rangers Ducks game tonight. That's a overtime.
I mean, they've lost.
There's a lot of games that have.
Isn't Vancouver lost like 12 in a row?
10.
Okay.
This will be
pretty
11.
much any team that's lost double digits, you would think would be a big. If
you've been on them for the 10, why get off on the 11? I'm just saying. I didn't get on this train. I've been on this train against crazy. I've been on the odds.
I always say odds sometimes lead you to either stay the hell away or why is this what am I missing here?
Dial in, folks.
Because Vegas doesn't give you free money. The other game, Vegas is starting to play well. I made a lot of money, Lenny, fading Vegas for the first
another play I have.
I mean, we're 3 months into the season now? 3, a little more, right?
We're halfway through the season.
So about 3 months. It's about a 6 month season.
Yeah.
And Vegas was one of the more disappointing teams through the first 2.5 months. But they've kind of on this recent streak now where they're playing better. Was it 7 in a row?
Playing better at home.
7 in a row?
They have won. Yeah, something like that.
So it's like it felt like when they were winning before, it was like, dude, every game was overtime. Every game was close. They're playing a little better. I kind of think Vegas gets it done.
Yeah.
Tonight.
7 in a row, but 3 of those have went into overtime. But they're playing good at home.
There's more overtime games this year, Lenny. That's why your system's working. This tie is.
Oh God, it is nailing some stuff.
I've never seen.
The other day, Craig, this month, I've given out. I've played 12 draws. I tracked my bets. Right, I've played 12 draws. I've only hit 5 of them, but I am profitable because they're all
So this guy right here you might be happy. This guy right here, you're going to be happy because you're going to be getting some draws from Lenny. But Lenny,
there's potential for draws all over today's card.
It doesn't make any sense why there's more draws now. I don't understand it, but there are. And I felt like this last year in MLB, or really since they went to this new rule about in the 10th inning where you start the guy on second base. I don't know why. It just feels like there's way more extra inning games. I just don't understand why those two happen.
I really think the NHL has, in years past, people will look at the NHL and compare it to this year's NHL and why there's so many draws. It's basically because the goaltending is kind of leveled out. There's only a handful of guys that are night and day from the other guy. And that allows you to have a 1-2 goaltender, very similar to the NFL, has a 2-headed monster in the backfield. A lot of teams have a 2-headed monster at goaltending now. There's 1A, 1B, and that goaltending's not necessarily above board all the time. Do you think
ones came down or 2 came up?
2 came up.
Okay.
I think 2 came up more than 1 came down. Okay. I'll say that. I think
so. What that means, people, is that the backups are better than they used to be.
Yeah, 100%.
Not necessarily the starters are worse.
There used to be a bigger
disparity,
span between 1 and 2, and there is not as much anymore. And a lot of guys, the NHL's faster. And it's a lot faster, just like the NFL's faster now. The NHL's way faster. Huh?
The rules changed in the NHL. Well, basically, you can't grab and hold anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules.
Used to be able to keep
a lot of not
as many guys never got to be
fights.
Fast. It was back in the NBA back in the day. Them how fast jumping. You come down the lane, everybody falls the same way. It's like you're going down hard. That's not allowed in the NBA anymore. It's not allowed in hockey anymore. That you can't grab and hold guys.
You can't do that. I mean. As soon as they took that away and they started changing the penalties so they would be a faster paced game, like you say, that leads to more goals. You used to have totals at 5.5 as a regular. That was a standard about 5.5. You saw 6. That was a high-scoring game. Now 6.5 is the standard. You can see 7s out there sometimes, and it's not that crazy to see a 7 and still bet over 7. The other day, somebody beat somebody 9-1. You never saw that or 7-1, and the goalie never got pulled.
Well,
you know what I mean?
In hockey, in my opinion, when the rules changed, it just kind of like it was kind of nomad for a little while. It settled in, I think, a little more now.
Agreed. We got facts.
Yeah, it's like, and you had a lot of coaches that played that old style, and so it's like, and those guys were the Hall of Fame coaches. And now you have to. It's kind of like the NFL, where it's like the rules change, and then we have all these new, the Sean McVays and all the, Mike McDonald. Now it's like these guys have to come in and like, okay, the new way we play football, the analytic style. And hockey isn't as much analytical, but it's getting there. So speaking of, let's talk college basketball before we get out of here. That's a decent day in college basketball, even though there's no ranked teams. There's some decent games late. I always thought that George Mason game tonight, I thought it's interesting because George Mason is 17-1 on the year. It's been great. 12-0 at home. I mean, they're just a really good team. George Washington's not bad, but they're a 2-point underdog. That means if this was played on neutral site, you would say George Washington would be the favorite, and they've got, a team facing one.
Right.
I just thought that was a surprising line. To me, that's one of them that you trust the odds makers and the bettors, and you play the underdog because, like, usually people love these teams. The Miami of Ohio now that's undefeated. This is the type of team that George Mason is with one loss, yet nobody's on them and the odds makers. So I would watch that. And the other game is Marquette tonight. Marquette has been really good with Shaka Smart, but not this year. It's a low line. I kind of like the underdog in that one as well. Not as much as the other one, but I do think that's.
I have a small play on Vermont. They're currently losing, so we don't have to talk about that. But I dabble in college basketball. Like I'm on Columbia tonight.
Big. How about your Sparty this weekend? Look good on the road.
Yeah,
I cannot wait. It's next week, right?
I cannot wait for Michigan State.
It's next week, right? The first time.
It is.
It's like 10 days away, maybe 9 days away. Me and Robert were talking about it on Thursday or Friday, and I'm like, God, that's going to be an unbelievable game. Like unbelievable.
So it is January 30th, so 11 days away. Michigan has to play Indiana, Ohio State, Nebraska, and then us.
They played Nebraska the game before.
They play the game before us. They have to play Nebraska at home, and then 3 days later, they play, and it's in Michigan State. That it's in East Lansing. That matters. I'm telling you right now.
When's the second game? It's like 3 weeks later. The second game.
Yeah, they play.
I don't think Michigan State went at Michigan. I think that's just going to be too tough. But I think
the next game is until March 8th.
Okay, so they have a long time, but that'll be right before the Big Ten tournament and stuff. So that will matter probably for seeding.
Michigan State coming up, they have Oregon in Oregon, Maryland at home. They got to play Rutgers in Rutgers, and then Michigan. So I feel like they have an easier path ahead of them before.
On paper they do.
Yeah, on paper.
I would say that Rutgers, the game before that, Rutgers is like, dude, that is the biggest setup game ever. I would.
Well, I'm taking Rutgers in that game.
It'll be like a 14-point underdog on the road.
Yeah.
I was like, but I think Michigan State, dude. I've been saying it all year. Michigan's getting all their flowers right now, and they deserve it. They're murdering teams. They have one loss, but dude, I don't think Michigan State's that far behind them. They play a different style. Like they're not going to just freaking, that's just Tom Izzo. He's not scoring 85 points a game. It's just not that. It's not that game.
Yeah, I think if he can get, if he can slow the pace down and play their
70s.
Basketball.
Yeah.
If that game is a lower scoring game, 70s, maybe 80s, then we're in there.
People are probably going to crucify me for this. If you said you got to take one of them in the tournament, I would probably take Michigan State because to me, I would rather play great defense in the tournament than great offense because I think
I'd also take the experience in coaching. I mean, it's Tom Izzo.
Well, I don't worry about Dusty May's coaching. Dusty May might be one of the greatest young coaches we have now, and he's already taken the team to the Final Four in FAU. So, like, coaching is not going to be the difference in that one. But when you play that physical style that Michigan State does, it gives you a chance in every game, even if you don't play well. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when you're on an offensive team that definitely Michigan is, dude, you don't shoot well a game. You turn the ball over, all of a sudden it opens you up for another team to shoot well and just beat you. You just don't beat Michigan State easily. It's a war. Like, that's a team you see them on. Oh, it was Houston's the same way. And Bobby Hurley, after the Arizona State got blitzed yesterday, and he said, dude, they take your manhood. They bring it on every play. He says people don't want to come into the game because it's so physical, and it's just they take your spirit out of you.
They take your soul. Matt Stafford's out here taking people's souls.
And these are older teams too. Both Houston has some nice young kids too, but mostly older kids. Same way with Michigan State. They're grown men. These are men. So I can't wait. Enjoy your college football game tonight. Lenny, are we coming on halftime?
Yes, halftime will be live. Halftime show.
4 members only, though. So
members only. Yeah, you got to become a member.
Follower of what's this guy?
Yeah, follower of Christ, and late night visitor. Sorry, visitor.
Yeah, so join us. So we usually about 2 minutes before a minute or two.
A couple minutes before halftime, we'll be on. We'll go over halftime plays, what we like, what we're already on, what we're sweating. It's a very interactive thing. So bring.
It might be a better questions. Game, Lenny. To be honest, this might be a better game to even to bet in game and
play
because I think there's going to be a huge overreaction, and we've seen it the last few weeks where halftime for these NFL games that we've been on. So hopefully we'll see it. We'll see a big edge.
We're on the early Sabres Hurricanes game in the NHL, and it's already 1-1, 8 minutes. Bang! Starting off with a bang here. All right, guys, we'll see you at halftime later. Otherwise, don't forget follow
Lenny. Hold on, that might need to be your logo. Starting off with a bang.
Bang, boom, pow. Batman style. Bang, boom, pow. 1 o'clock Eastern. Doc's Daily's here Monday through Friday. Saturday, 11 a.m. Me and Griffin Murphy do this thing. Chaos on Saturdays, but it's for the boys. So check us out, Doc's Daily. Don't forget about that free $60.
We'll let girls join too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's me and Griffin Murphy. That just goes without saying. Ladies love Lenny. Ladies love Lenny. I don't know what it is. New customers, free $60 account. Use that. Links in the description of the video. Become a member. Starts out at $4.99. Check it out there. Links in the description. Doc's Daily. We'll see you tomorrow. Good luck unless you're against us.